Hey, how you doing? I'm Karen Miles.
And I am Jackie Jam.
And we are the
Carnivore
Twins.
Twins.
Hey, I was on Facebook the other day talking about the Chicagoland meetup, and the girl was like, hey, I want to go. And then she did a post a couple days later saying, I can't go to Chicagoland meetup. I hope someone has one in Nashville. And I said, why don't you have one in Nashville? You could do it. And it started our conversation with Jackie and I. Let's make a YouTube video about how to do a meetup. You're organizing one now, I'm organizing one, and I had one before, and we've helped the Carnivore Doctor. So let's talk about it. What's the main thing you should think of first or do first?
The best way to do this is with a buddy or a co-host, so to speak. Like find somebody, yes, that you can work with and get, your ideas and your planning together with. At least start with one buddy or co-host.
The next big important thing to think of is, where are you going to have this? I remember one time Carnivore Doctor said it should be near a major airport, because in case people are flying. So an airport's important. So what town are you going to have it in? That's one of the biggest things you have to think of, is what town you're going to have it in.
Once you've got that locked down, then you can work on what type of venue you want to have it at. Do you want to be in a restaurant, like with lots of meat, because we're all about the meat? Or do you want to have it in a park where they have barbecue pits, or maybe at someone's private home? Those are all good possibilities.
I've been to all three. I've been at a restaurant, my first meetup, the Northeast first meetup in New Jersey. And then last summer at a park in New Jersey for the second annual Northeast meetup. And I had one at a restaurant in Peoria. And this time I'm having one at somebody's house in Chicagoland. So I've done them all. So that's kind of fun. And I think the restaurant is the easiest because people just show up, but people just go in and pay for their own, clean, cut, and dry. If you have it at a park, people could bring their own food to cook on a grill, and somebody's a grill master, or they could bring just a box lunch, or stop at McDonald's and bring their quarter pounder of meat cookies.
I want to go to a McDonald's meetup. I want to overpower a McDonald's, and we order like 50 or 60 burger patties from one McDonald's at one time. They'll be going, what is going on? And like, you just got carnivored.
And the Carnivore Doctor had a meetup at a park, and she's going to do it again this year, and it was fully catered.
Another way you could go with the food is to have potluck. I know that's hard for people traveling, but the way I was thinking I would do it is you just have several grills at your private home and invite people to just stop at any grocery store and get the kind of meat you want, and we'll all barbecue together. And you just could make a few carnivore side dishes, like the Carnivore Doctor's buffalo chicken magic, and just have a few of those kind of side things. But really the big main meat is what people eat anyway. So just bring your slab of meat.
Billy Hogan's carnivore casserole, butter egg pudding for dessert. I mean, there's a boatload of things you could do, right?
Yes.
And then if you have it where you have to pay, like the Chicagoland, we're gonna have to have people pay. Carnivore Doctor's Northeast meetup, people have to pay. So Carnivore Doctor set up Eventbrite to pay for the tickets, and that's what we're doing for Chicagoland. It's almost up and running. We're gonna get that up soon.
I got my tickets.
And you can go Venmo.
Or you could do it like we're doing the Pacific Northwest Carnivores. We're just saying, come to the restaurant. It's going to cost $60. Bring your money. It doesn't include tip, and you pay the restaurant when you get there. I'm not handling any kind of money. It's probably the easiest.
Some extra fun things you could do, like have decorations, having giveaways. Having little door prizes. Look at that.
I'm not showing what's in the box, but I do have a few giveaways for the Pacific Northwest meetup. So yeah.
There you go. Oh, it's fun to have like a theme going on. What's the theme here, cow? Look at that hat.
Right, get in the mood.
It's in the mood. And this is in the Peoria one. We raffled off food packages. That was a door prize. Billy Do Meats, a friend of mine donated money for me to buy Billy Do Meat gift certificates, which was cool. And
Yeah.
you don't have to get that fancy, but
You can
$3.
get sponsors. I know that Redmond's Real Salt will be sending us some things for our meetup, and they are so supportive of the carnivore community. We're going to have an extra activity as well for the Pacific Northwest carnivores. It might be a market walk or just a walk along the shore of, Puget Sound or something. So we're excited to have more time together because some people are flying in. So
There's something about a meetup to meet like-minded people that's just amazing. How many people we just meet? My friends are all here, and it's really cool to connect with those people.
And I've become really close friends with many, including yourself, Karen. I mean, like one of the best friends I've ever had, ever. And I love that about you. You're just so, Energizer Bunny. I can't keep up with you. And I like that. I'm so all in. But maybe it wouldn't have happened if we hadn't, met in person. But actually, I could tell we were going to be close friends anyway. Like it's online.
We were close way before.
And if you go and meet people in person, when things click, it. So
right. When is your meetup and where is it again?
So mine is at the Bellevue Fogo de Chao, and you have to have RSVP. So RSVP to me, and it's $60, and there's just going to be some amazing meets there. But it's April 16th. That's a Saturday. It's coming up very fast. Karen and I and the Carnivore Doctor have made a little video for you to watch. At the end of this YouTube, you can watch about each of our 3 meetups. And then at the very end, I will have a list of all the meetups that we know about. Maybe not all the details, but who to contact to find out more about those. And
in the show notes,
And if you're struggling with your meetup or need help, Karen and I are available. We want to help you.
And the next big thing, what you need to do, I put on my Instagram's little, this, that, and the other. Once you get all your details, give it to the big influencers and let them plug it, because that'll go out to lots and lots of people.
Oh yeah.
Our accounts are small. Give it to Kelly Hogan, Carnivore Doctor, Laura, and they'll put it out. That's the way to do it. Don't just rely on your own little self.
Yeah.
And put it on Zeroing In on Health. Put it on some of those other Facebook groups that you might be involved with the carnivores. You never know who it's going to reach.
Well, and you'll be surprised how many people will say, I didn't know about your meetup, even if you have put it out.
So many people.
You have to keep putting the information out, even because there's people that just don't check social media all the time, so they didn't see it. And you don't have to have a giant meetup to have lasting positive memories. In fact, you can have a meetup with just 2 people and really make a difference. I highly recommend any size meetup. It doesn't have to be catered. It can be just something simple as a hike together. Karen did that with our friend Amy, the Coffee and Meat Buzz gal? Meat and Coffee Buzz, Amy and Karen went, and they were close enough that they each drove. I think Amy had to drive a little farther, but they met up, they had lunch, they had a great time, and they went on a hike, didn't you? And
yes.
Yeah, the memories from that, I got to see the pictures, and I was so jealous. I wanted to go on that, but it was so fun. And to this day, these 2 are such good friends from that meetup. So just start a meetup, have one. And if you're nervous about it, don't worry. Everything all just works out.
That's right. And you met Kazumi one-on-one, and that's fun too. And I met the carnivore runner, Mark, one-on-one. Well, my husband and I met him at a Brazilian steakhouse. Yeah. So even if somebody's in the area. We asked our dear friend, Kelly Hogan, to share some of her favorite carnivore meetup memories with us. And she gave us a little video like no one else could but Kelly Hogan. So you'll see that right here. Enjoy.
Hey, I'm Kelly Hogan. In my 12 and a half years as a carnivore, I have attended a lot of carnivore events and meetups. But when Jackie and Karen asked me to share my most favorite one, it was from 2015. So the members of Zeroing In on Health were planning this huge meetup in Texas, and I had said I couldn't go. I didn't think I could. I had 2 little kids at the time, But I talked to my parents about keeping the kids, and James and I decided to fly down to surprise them. So when we walked into the Brazilian where everybody was sitting, Charles screamed, "Kelly!" And he jumped up and came running over to hug me. There were hugs all around. And that was also the night when I told them all that I was pregnant with Annie. There were so many stories told that night of people who had gotten healing through carnivore. It was like just a big praise report. It was a glorious time. My most recent favorite meetup was, of course, when I got to hang out with Karen and Jackie, Dr. Lisa, Bella, Steak and Butter Gal, so many carnivores in New Jersey. That one will be very hard to beat, although we're going to try this July in New Jersey again. Thanks for asking the question, and I look forward to hugging both of your necks in July.
Well, I hope you have all the tips you need to start your own meetup. Again, reach out to Jackie and I, Carnivore Doctor. You know, there's others out there that have done it before, and they'll be glad to help you out.
Yeah, we'll be glad to help you and have a great time.
Check out the Carnivore Twins, like, subscribe, share, you know, all that stuff. Even if you're watching this after the fact, enjoy listening to it, and maybe you'll get some tips. Take care.
Take care. Hi, I'm Jackie Jam, and I'd like to invite you to the Pacific Northwest Carnivores Meetup. It's coming up real fast on Saturday, April 16th at 2 p.m. We're going to be meeting at the Bellevue Fogo de Chao. It's going to be a great time with some great meats. I've never been to this restaurant, but I've heard raves about the meat, and so I can't wait to try it. I think we have like 26 people that have RSVP'd so far. We're from Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. There's a couple that are coming from even farther away than that, and it's going to be a great time. In the morning of our meetup, we're also going to do maybe a market walk or a hike. We haven't quite finished our plans for that, but just so we can spend a little more time together and enjoy each other's company. So come join us. It's going to be $60 a person plus tip. You pay when you're there. You don't have to pay anything up front. Just come and meet with us.
Hi, how you doing? Jackie and I love meetups. We met last summer in New Jersey. We're going to meet again in New Jersey. But before that, we're going to meet June 4th at the Chicagoland meetup. Join us. We're going to hike at 11 o'clock in the morning at the Aurora West Forest Preserve. We're going to have our party at 3 o'clock at Faye and Blake's house. Can't wait. And then we're going to smoke brisket, smoke pork butt, smoke turkey. And I got it today at the restaurant, and it's very outstanding. Love it. We're not having side dishes. We're not having dessert unless you call the hot dogs we're going to have at the bonfire later on. Dessert. Yes. And a few of us are staying at the Hampton Inn Hotel, and I have a list in the Eventbrite where you buy your ticket, all the hotels. And also the next morning at 10 o'clock in the morning, we're playing pickleball. I'll teach you how. I'll have paddles and balls at Montgomery, Illinois. Hope you could join us. Take care.
Hi, I am Dr. Lisa Wiedemann, Carnivore Doctor. I have been in practice for 30 years and carnivore for 13 years, and I'm going to just give you a little update on my upcoming meetups because I have been dubbed the Meetup Queen because this will be the 16th and 17th meetups I've hosted. So the first one coming up is April 10th in Sacramento, California. And that one is going to be a dinner at a churrascaria type rodizio Brazilian steakhouse restaurant where if you know them, you know they come around and slice off the meat and keep marching around with different cuts of meat until you flip over your card telling them you've had enough. So awesome place for carnivores to congregate. I have already a dozen people who are signed up, so if you can make it, definitely send me a DM over on Instagram or send me an email. The information should be below at carnivoredoctor2020@gmail. The next meetup is the big third annual Northeast meetup in New Jersey. And that one is a fairly large scale catered event. And that is going to be July 16th, 2022. It will be from noon till 4 in the Jersey Shore area, so come on out. I have a lot of people flying in for it. There's a limited number of tickets, but there's still plenty left. And you can go to Eventbrite. The link should be below for that. And get your tickets and come on out. It's going to be myself, Kelly Hogan, and Charles Washington will all be there. So it's going to be kind of exciting for me because that was my original group, Zeroing In on Health, and I'm so grateful for Charles Washington for starting that group that I happened to come across 13 years ago when I found this amazing way of eating. And then shortly after, Kelly Hogan joined in, and so I kind of call us part of the original OG carnivores that are coming together for a little reunion, and going to be so thrilled to meet so many of you who want to come and meet us and eat lots of ribeye, brisket, and ribs. So click below, check it out, and hope to see you in July.